Come here. Come up here. Come on. Come sit. Come on. Shh. Hey, get over here. All right, I think we're live. Why don't you come up here? Come on. Come on. Cut it out. Come here. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come up here. Okay. All right. I think we're live. Welcome. Hit subscribe, right? Tell them about it. Tell them. So you gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe. Come on. All right. I think we're live. Trying to wait for some people to join up. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can join up when I go live. And what else? Oh, what else? What else is there to say besides subscribe? Oh, thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We're on our way to 1,360. I don't want to have a huge YouTube channel like Philly DeFranco, who's almost at 7 million and he does news commentary. But if we happen to surpass him, I think I'll be fine with it. And I owe it to you. So, to everybody who has subscribed, who's joined the family, who's joined the community, thank you. Thank you very much. And if you're new, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love when people get up in the chat. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court in Ohio, the homelands of Dave Chappelle. David, the funny man, Chappelle. Dave Chappelle lives in Ohio, right? It's not Iowa. I get Ohio and Iowa confused all the time. I think it's Ohio. Anyways, Supreme Court out there, I guess words don't need to mean anything. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but it's kind of horrifying. What are you doing? You going to sleep? So yeah, we're going to talk about the Ohio Supreme Court case where they decided that words don't need to have meanings. If that's the case, let's have some fun with it. But I think it's kind of important for words to mean things. In this case, the word boneless. We'll get into it in 1 second. But yeah, really makes you realize and understand how judges are just, idiots like the rest of humanity, just like you and me. They're morons, just like you and I. You may be thinking, Rob, I'm not a moron. And I say, you're probably not. But, we all have those moments in life. Just so happens that a lot of these judges in Supreme Courts have more of those moments than the rest of us. I think judges should be made up of what they make juries up of. Is that why we have juries? So common people can kind of decide the outcomes. You'd think. Anyways, so yeah, if you could subscribe, what are you doing? What is this one doing? Are you going to sleep? What are you doing? You're just gonna snort? Okay. Say hi. Subscribe for dogs. Subscribe for more dogs. What are you doing? Why are you being like that? Just go to bed. Just go to sleep. Or give everybody a snort. That's my pet pig. All right. So yeah, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can go live, or so you can join me in the chat when I go live. I go live every weekday, sometimes twice. sometimes on the weekends, but my word is every weekday, Monday through Friday. Until we change, when are we going to change the weeks into Monday through Thursday? When is that happening? It's about time. It's long overdue. Days, the work days should only be 4 days a week. And the truth is how many people really work Monday through Friday? You know, if anything, people's schedules are all weird. Everybody custom designs their schedules. There's no traditional Monday through Friday. So I think some people would work 7 days a week. And when you consider the amount of time your boss or somebody texts you when you're not at work, everybody's working 24 hours a day. I say just make the official start to the weekend be Thursday night. All right. So this court case, this guy goes to a place they didn't name the the wing the wing destination, the restaurant that serves these wings. Ryan Reyes, sup vapor? Cheers to you. Oh, by the way, give me a high one. Double tap that screen and you can thumbs up the video. Uh, and I think that helps the live streams. I'm not sure. Scratch your nose. No thanks. But high five give me a high one and double tap that screen. Ryan, if you could hit subscribe. I go live every weekday. We talk about some news, we talk about some commentary, and we'll listen to my chair squeak. It's like a cartoon chair squeak. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. A salute to you. You are going to help me like and subscribe. Blah. Ooh, blah. Love your name. Blah. That's a great handle. Blah. I hope that's your handle too. I hope you got the handle. Because YouTube lets you have the name for your channel, but then you get the handle, the at blah. So I hope you got at blah, because that is a fantastic YouTube channel and handle. You're in New York. What am I? Okay, so here we'll get into it. And thank you, blah, for liking, subscribing, and Ryan. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell, because when I do go live Monday through Friday, I would love for you guys to join. We got a lot of people that try to regularly join up, and it's much, much more fun having a dialogue discussion. So, anyways, if you guys didn't catch the news today, this is kind of starting to virally creep through the social media outlets in the virtual world. So, hopefully, you hear about this soon. If not, I'll bring the whole story to you right now. A guy goes to a wing place. I think it's Buffalo Wild Wings. They wouldn't name it, but they said he got the garlic parmesan boneless wings. I don't know why they wouldn't name the place, especially if they dismissed the lawsuit or if the Supreme Court already ruled. If anybody knows why they wouldn't name the place this guy was suing, let me know. But in the AP article, and again, I link all the articles that I talk about in the description so you can read it for yourself. They say he got Parmesan garlic boneless wings. This guy, that's what he orders. Uh, he's eaten one of the boneless wings, and the most disgusting thing that could happen when you're eating boneless wings happened to him. I don't know if this is like a fear of anybody else. Probably the lawsuit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um, yeah, I gotta read the actual lawsuit. But this guy swallows like a bite-sized. Do you think I should be a country singer? Luke Hall. Yes, that sounds like a country singer's name. Luke Hall 2010. But only if you're a country singer and you go by the name Luke Hall 2010. Like you have to be Luke Hall 2010, like the whole thing. 2010 has to be in your country singer name, and I think you'll be bigger than Taylor Swift 1989. So I support you. Go for it. Life is short. Speaking of life is short, I went and saw my buddy's mom, who my buddy passed away. It was his birthday. Oh shit, today's Thursday. It's his birthday today. Uh, so happy birthday to my boy Mike, who just passed away. He didn't make it to 42. He would have been 42 today. His mom gave me this. I don't know if you guys could see it. Um, it's got his ashes in it. Um, yeah, I'll finish the story. My bad, Ryan. I get sidetracked, especially with the comments. So, guy, Parmesan wings, right? He has the most horrific thing happen to him. He swallows a bite-sized sliver of a bone. I don't know if you guys remember in the 80s and 90s. Thank you, blah. Appreciate you. Respect. Uh, there were stories. We didn't have like the internet. We had AOL just starting to emerge, but we didn't have internet and 4chan and Reddit. But there were like rumors of like people ordering chicken sandwiches from McDonald's and they would bite into a tumor and they thought it was mayonnaise, like the most disgusting things that you would hear, right? Disturbing stuff if you guys were around for the 80s and 90s. And you would always hear these like rumors and folklore and mythic legends and wives' tales of these horror stories coming out of, yes, I want you to keep 2010 in your country name. Um, you'd hear these horror stories from like a friend's cousin who knew somebody who ordered a chicken sandwich at McDonald's and bit into a tumor and they just kept eating because they thought it was mayonnaise. So that has stuck with me since I was a kid. It's always disturbed me. In fact, it's really stopped me from ever buying a chicken sandwich at Wendy's, McDonald's, or Burger King. Um, you remember, Ryan? Oh, yeah. And if you remember, it is, let me say, it is one of those things that stains your soul. It is hard to wipe that memory clean of hearing that story for the first time. Whew. Anyways, so this has always been a horror, a just an absolute nightmare of mine to like, have you ever been eating something that you think is boneless and then you crunch into something? Most disgusting feel like it makes you just want to vomit everything up and throw food away. Best diet advice ever, get boneless wings and find a bone in it. You won't eat food for a week and a half. Um, and this guy did it. But the thing is he like swallowed it and something happened and he wasn't sure what. Turns out he goes to the doctor whenever, a period of time later. Again, I'm loosely quoting from reading the article. He goes to the doctor. Turns out that sliver of bone in the boneless wings from his Parmesan garlic boneless wings cut open his esophagus and caused an infection. If you live somewhere that puts mustard in their burgers, move. Where I think McDonald's does like a ketchup mustard thing, but where, Ryan, I have to know, is there a place near you that puts mustard on their burgers? What the fuck is wrong with them? Oh my God. I'm sorry. That is so funny. That is great advice, though. Holy shit. We got to put that on a t-shirt. It, we're going to put that on a t-shirt, Ryan. God, listen, thank you to all my subscribers. Some of you guys are the funniest people ever. You give me the greatest shit to say. Um, and I'm telling you, once my channel gets bigger, we're putting this stuff. We have another one. Gotta love the 80s. Gotta love, oh my God, I forget. It's written down somewhere. But somebody else gave me a great quote that I want to make into a shirt. And by the way, when we make these into a shirts, um, I'm putting the subscriber's name on. This quote will not be attributed to me. This will be attributed to Ryan Raz. We're going to put, quote, if you live somewhere that puts mustard in their burgers, move. Which is just great life advice. I think that was the 11th commandment. Moses just chiseled it off. Holy shit, that is so funny. Oh my God. You've heard it's a thing in some states. I believe it. Listen, let's get back to the story. In Ohio, the Supreme Court, the alleged most respected court in the land of Ohio, which shows you how not respected it is by, I don't know, 90% of the country after this story. Um, so this guy, right? He goes to the doctor. The sliver of bone from his boneless wing slices open his esophagus, gives him an infection, messes up his throat. So the guy sues the restaurant, the farm, and something else, right? He wants to go to court because he's saying you put there was bones in my boneless wings. Never mind the integrity of the lawsuit or who you think should be responsible, okay? I'm not here to debate any of that. We're just not going to. I understand mistakes happen. Listen, I bought a fucking frozen meal one time. I don't mean to be swearing, but I bought a meal one time that I went home, heated up in the microwave, and it had a bee head in it, just a decapitated bee's head in it. I didn't sue anyone. I didn't get mad. Well, I guess that was just like a mistake. I don't want to debate it, but like boneless wings, I get it. There's gonna, you're gonna crunch sometimes. It's the most disturbing thing ever. I think this guy just wanted his medical bills taken care. You know what I mean? Like he cut his esophagus. I get it. Okay, I don't want to debate the integrity, the morality, the ethics of the case. What really we need to call into question is the fucking people judging this case. So it went to the lower courts, eventually got bumped up to the Supreme Court, and you need to read what I put in the description. The link to this dissent and the decision by the court is absolutely wild. 4-3, the Supreme Court ruled that this guy had no right to be suing. Essentially, he should have. What did he say? He said boneless doesn't mean the absence of bones in the food. It refers to, and this is the judge who decided on this case, who wrote their, I forget what, not the dissent is, the ruling. Who wrote the ruling? I believe it's called. I'm not legal, so again, take all this shit with, a pinch of salt. Take it loose, because I'm loosely quoting this article, but the judge said that boneless wings doesn't mean the absence of bones. It's referring to the cooking style, which is complete horseshit. It makes you wonder if this judge has ever had boneless wings because it's not a cooking style. You can order Parmesan garlic buffalo wings or regular wings. You can order Parmesan garlic boneless wings. It has nothing to do with how they're cooked. Fucking psycho. It makes you think like this guy doesn't know his ass from his elbow. Because when you read a menu and you see boneless wings, do you think that's the way they're cooking it? Like frying, baking, broiling, uh, I don't know, boiling. I'm trying to think of all the different ways to cook things. Open flame, like BK, have it your way. Fresh, never frozen, microwaved. Those are definitively ways to cook things. Those are cooking styles. This dude, boneless or bone in. Yeah, right? The judge, again, I'm not making this up. You can read it in the description. I linked it so you could read it because this is how fried, grilled. Thank you. Right? Those are cooking styles. But the judge who made the ruling, or one of the four judges who made the ruling, they all consented to agree that the boneless wings were referring to a cooking style, which is fucking insane. The dissenting judge, one of the three who said no, like this guy has a case. If you're ordering boneless wings, you're not thinking like that's the style. They're not cooking it on a hibachi. Like boneless doesn't mean you cook it on a hibachi. It's not Korean barbecue. Boneless is not a cooking style. The words boneless means less of bones, no bones. Fuck. This is so insane that judges get to decide shit. Oh, steamed. They go White Castle in Boston? No, they don't. But I buy them and I put them in the microwave. My mom's from Brooklyn, or was from Brooklyn. She's been gone for a long time. But White Castle, those are good steamed burgers. And that's how that's what the microwave essentially does for the White Castle frozen. If you take them out before you cook them, put them in the fridge so they're not frozen, and then you heat them real quick in the microwave, it essentially steams them. But you got to do it real quick, not a long time. Anyways, so boneless, right? We all agree it's not a cooking style. No fucking cooking style. And the judge who dissented said this is like, to any sensible person, you understand that when you order boneless, if your kids are getting chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, boneless wings, you don't expect your kids to get something with a bone in it. And that's really important that he referenced kids because imagine going to McDonald's and getting chicken nuggets and they had bones in it. Like your kids could choke. You know what I mean? Like this is seriously dangerous. It's the whole reason that they define bone in, bone out. Regular wings or boneless wings. Isn't like that's why we have words so we can communicate and mean things? Isn't that like part of our civilization? Why humans in general have evolved past fucking cheetahs? Because we have a language that we can, have words to represent things. It's the whole point. It's wild that this judge. What I'm thinking is this judge is like the owner of the chicken wing shop, or the farm, or the judges have investments in Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever the fuck it is. Um, I always get boneless because I'm not. That's wildly inappropriate, but kind of wicked funny. Um, Oh, damn, not the same, but where I'm in Brooklyn, do we know? Uh, well, I know, let's see, what was it? Sunset Park? Is that a spot? And then I'm trying to think where my aunt just lived. Everybody's moved since, well, my mom passed um, 13, 14 years ago, 13 years ago now. Um, 'Cause I'm not reading these. So they would say, "Hey kids, these are chicken fingers. Mom is the chicken." Oh my God, blah. Thank you for getting me uh uh back on point. So that's what he's right. So the dissenting judge again in the AP article I linked below. Oh, I appreciate that, Ryan. Um, so the dissenting judge uh wrote exactly what you said, blah. That when kids are ordering chicken nuggets, Chucky nuggets, chicken nuggets, chicken fingers, or boneless wings, they're expecting no bones. Just like as any sensible person would understand that when you're ordering chicken fingers, you're not actually ordering fingers. Which reminded me of a great Mitch Hedberg joke when he said, "I want a chicken thumb. They have to be accumulating." If you don't know Mitch Hedberg, amazing comic from the 90s, early 2000s. Master Destroyer. Can I be a moderator? Somebody else asked me that. I don't know how to do any of that. I'll look into it. If you subscribe and you hit notification bell so you can show up when I do lives, I do live every weekday, 5 days a week, sometimes twice a day and sometimes on the weekend, but I give my word 5 days a week. I bring you the news, commentary, newsmentary. Um, and if I see you more and more, Master Destroyer, absolutely. I just got to figure out how to make people moderators. Because let me say this, there are people that are definitely moderator worthy, part of the family here, been subscribers for a while. And if you're down to be one, yeah, 100%. Um, but again, I got to look into that. Blah, yours has been gone 4 years to cancer. Hugs. Hugs to you too. Very sorry to see that. Fuck cancer. I'm so mad that our technology, like people are trying to go to fucking Mars. And again, I'm sorry I'm swearing, but this is the thing that bothers me. It's like stop trying to go to Mars and let's solve cancer. You know what I mean? Like there's more stuff that we need to be working on here as opposed to trying to go to Mars. And like my daughter said, she was like, "What are they going to do when they go to Mars?" She goes, "Do you know anything about the fucking exterior of that planet?" She's like, "It's going to suck." I was like, "I don't know anything about the surface of Mars. You're 10, so can you tell me?" And she went off, and I was like, "Yeah, I love my kids. They're so brilliant." Um, yeah, they could. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make you sad or go into anything, but I'm very very angry that more time, money isn't invested into healing people, and just it's very frustrating. Uh, Mars is pretty dope. What is dope about Mars? I really don't get this. We need to, Ryan, you need to come back tomorrow and we're going to debate what is cool about Mars. I'm going to find out more about the surface. I'll ask my daughter. Um, but I just think money, time, all that stuff should be invested on, like things that we could we could have cures for. And I hate that they hold people hostage for healthcare. Health insurance holds them hostage for healthcare in this country. So my heart's with you, blah. I'm very sorry to hear that, and I know the pain of loss. Master Destroyer, you've been described for a long time and always be in my live streams. Oh, then you gotta you don't say much. Oh, my apologies. I didn't know you've been subscribed for a long time. Then listen, yeah. Just drop me a little wave when you're in here. You don't have to say nothing. Just drop me a wave so I could see you. And absolutely. Let me look into that. Am I allowed to make moderator? I have some work to do, so I will look into that. And if you want to be a moderator, that's cool. I got to figure out what that means. I don't know um, the responsibilities it entails, and I would like to have a. What do we do? Have a crowning? Do I knight you? How do I make you moderator? I'll figure it out. My thing is, why do we have to pay so much for funerals? Shit is outrageous. Listen, I couldn't pay for my mom or my dad's funeral. Thank God my uncle, God bless him, he offered to pay to have my mom cremated and help with all the funeral costs. It's fucking crazy. And then my aunt, her sister passed away just a few months ago. And or no, sorry, now it's been, like 8 months or so. And I couldn't even go to the funeral. Like I could not go to bury my aunt. Um, I'll be on more often. Glad I came across your live. I am too, blah. And I really like your name. And that's not a joke. I find the coolest fucking names on here. So cool. Blah. Like, I would have never thought of that. It's brilliant. Um, but yeah, so and I had another YouTube channel, or I have another YouTube channel. It's called At Another One, ON3 instead of E. And I would rant, and I have a rant on there about after my aunt died from months ago. Just really pissed because I couldn't even afford to fucking go and help my little cousin bury her mom, bury my aunt, because shit's so outrageously priced to do anything, to even go travel to a funeral. Um, Me and my sister had to, with my mom's, work 2 jobs to pay while we took care of her. It was hard. Yeah, I'm telling you, stuff should not be this hard. And I say this as a kid who came out of the 80s and 90s, and I saw single parents survive, you know, and go on vacations. And I seen families with one working adults go on vacation, buy a home, have a car or two. So it's insane how the greed of corporations and politicians has squeezed every ounce of life out of us, and we're not fighting back, and we need to be. That's another thing you'll come to find out about my channel, that I'm an organizer, and I highly believe my political belief is being for the people. You should be able to. When my mom dies, I'll try to send her to Mars. Fucking Ryan. Holy shit. The most expensive funeral ever. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my god. Send her to Mars. Have fun, Ma. I feel like that's a Simpsons episode. Oh my god. Shit, we gotta get back to this Supreme Court ruling. So blah, like you were saying, the dissenting judge said any sensible person doesn't expect when you're ordering chicken fingers that they're actual fingers. And that is the most frustrating things, because usually, common sense, reasonable doubt, all these fucking terms that mean something, words that have meanings. You'd think judges, out of all people, would just use common sense on boneless meaning without bone. And unless there's some kind of, what are you barking at? I hate when my dog does this. So we just moved. Check in tomorrow night. Yeah, Ryan, appreciate you. Thank you for the laughs, brother. Um, hit, or you already subscribed. Sorry. Um, have a good night. Be safe. And yeah, tomorrow I'll probably be on around this time too. Violet, say goodnight to Ryan. Say goodnight. She's growling at something. and it bugs me. We just moved into a new house, and the basement has like a door that she likes to growl at. I don't know, but it freaks me out. Kind of makes me want to wrap up the live stream and go upstairs. I watch too many scary YouTube channels. Everybody watches like Nuke's Top 10, the the paranormal videos. Uh, I watch all that stuff, and then I'll come down here and have to go right back upstairs. Yeah, look at her. What are you doing? Now she's gonna go to bed. What are you doing? What are you growling at? You should know you'll die after the live stream then. I hope not. Shit, my door comes open in my room for no reason. That's horrifying. Listen, when you start hearing some noises and some weird stuff, and like, look, my dog just fucking bailed on me. Really? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm. If my dog's leaving the room, I gotta go because she's freaking me out. She just growled at the door and then tried to go upstairs. Um, I really want to finish talking about this story because you'd think, or at least, listen, if you disagree with what I'm about to say, please leave it. Your house is 250 years old. I'm trying to think, that's got to be 17 something? 1775? 6? 4? I'm bad at math. That's awesome. Yeah, around, I don't know if you're from the New England area, but around here in New England, there are some very, very old homes. And the other thing is if the homes aren't old, like there's this Danvers Insane Asylum that was an insane asylum for like 100 years. And then uh, they stopped doing that. They closed down the insane asylum. You know, typical insane asylum closed down story, like mistreated people, ran out of funding, undercover stories, exposés on it. They closed it down. They turned it into condos. And the developer that turned it into condos, one night, everything he was working on catches on fire. And they're never able to identify what burned, the developer's new condos down. And he was building it, they were renovating the old insane asylum to make it into condos. So they abandon it. New developer comes in because the land is on the top of this hill, gorgeous old buildings. Insane asylums were done that like eerie gothic decor and architecture style. So gorgeous, gorgeous skeletons for buildings. All you got to do is renovate them. Another developer comes in, renovates it. Now they're condos. You can go up there, and I have a video on my YouTube channel. You can go up there, you go behind the condos, you sneak behind the condos. There's these cornfields and there's graveyards behind there from people that were never, their family never came to get them, and the insane asylum just buried them in the back. So you have condos that are just on these abandoned graveyards, unmarked graveyards, which is insane. Do I run a podcast or sell drugs? Yes and no. And I won't tell you which is which. So, yep. Uh, I bought it. Good Bones, all redone. It's dope. And dang, me and my mom would take places from ghost hunters. Need to tell haunted stories. I can tell haunted stories all day. Listen, some things have happened to me. That's why on my channel, you'll find a lot of paranormal. I go and do paranormal explores late at night by myself. Yeah, it's an older video because I haven't done a paranormal explore in a while. In fact, nobody would come with me, and it was getting so terrifying for me to do it on my own. Not just because of the locations, but like going to places you don't know if you're going to bump into people late at night. And here in Salem, um, there tend to be people who go out and do rituals or practices, and you do not want to bump into them late at night. Um, so yeah, I have these old videos, but yeah, I went and explored those videos. I had some friends go with me because again, it's terrifying. Plus, you got to sneak past these condos through a cornfield to get to this graveyard in the woods. Really, really creepy. Um, but I got to find somebody who lives at the old, new insane asylum, Danvers Insane Asylum condos. They're not called that. I just call it that because that's what I know it as. Um, I'd like to know more about your home and the stories with that. I love old homes. In fact, I would love to buy an old home, but uh, you know, it's expensive to buy right now. Anyways, so X, I love your questions, by the way. I hope you've subscribed to X. Uh, so the Supreme Court, the supremest court of the land, the Chicken Supreme Court, decided that boneless doesn't mean without bones. It's a cooking style. And I don't know if that's going to set a precedent. I don't know if that's going to fuck people over in Ohio. I don't know if that's going to translate and become law of the land somehow, but it's a scary day when people that think the word boneless um, on a menu refers to a cooking style, not meaning the definition of boneless, like without bones. And that person is a judge on the Chicken Supreme Court. It is horrifying to think that. I don't know if anybody agrees with the ruling, the 4-3 ruling, that this guy who got his esophagus slashed open in an infection from a bone in his boneless wings uh, should have expected bones when he ordered boneless wings. I don't know if anybody who's ever ordered boneless wings would think that this judge is right. These judges are right. But I'd love to hear why if you do. They say Ohio people are idiots. I believe that. You're going to sleep? Subscribed? Thank you very much, X. Oh, I didn't even see that's your handle, X. I like that too. Have a good one. Hopefully, when you hit subscribe, you hit the notification bell because it would be cool to have you back as well tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Your fave Lola. What's up, Lola? Hello. How are you? Please hit subscribe. Kind of wrapping up the live stream. We've been going for a while, and I got sidetracked many times. We were talking about the Ohio Supreme Court 4-3 ruling that this guy who got his esophagus lacerated and an infection in it from getting a bone in his boneless wings, that the Supreme Court ruled boneless doesn't mean without bones. If you see it on a menu, the supreme judges, the chicken supreme judges, decided boneless is the style of cooking, which I've never fucking heard that in my life. Let's be honest. Never. Style of cooking is fried, grilled, steamed, baked, broiled, grilled, hibachied, fired it on, whatever. Boneless, by definition, means no bones. Absolutely infuriating that this is the supremest court of the land redefining what words mean. Um, so we're just talking about that and how this guy is SOL. This Ohioan is, I don't know. I feel bad for him. Imagine getting that ruling. You're sitting there and the judge is like, you should have known there would be bones and boneless wings. Boneless stands for the cooking style. Fired it on. you know. However, I don't know how they do it in Ohio. I mean, technically, fired it on is more of a cooking style than boneless. You know what I mean? Like, that's how absurd this shit is. And it's coming from the Supreme Court, the chicken Supreme Court. My God. So Lola, it would be amazing if you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're new here, I go live every weekday, 5 days a week. That's my word. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Occasionally, if I have time, I'll go live twice, or if there's like a big news story, or if something crazy happens, or my house is acting weird and feeling haunted, I'll go live on the weekends. But my word is 5 days a week. That judge can have the same thing happen, may not matter because he fucked up. Oh my God, I didn't even consider that. I hope that judge, I hope people in the community order that judge lots of boneless wings from that restaurant that had the bone in the boneless wings. That would be just icing on the cake for this judge, or a bone in the boneless wings for this judge. That's what I would do if I knew where the judge worked, or, well, he works at the court. but I would order him lunch, and I would order him lunch from the place that put the bones in the boneless wings, and I would just order them every day, a bunch of boneless wings, and say, choke on this. I mean, enjoy this lunch on us. So great point, blah. Love it. All right, guys, I gotta wrap this up. It is wicked late, but I will be on tomorrow. So hit subscribe and hit the notification bell because, like I said, blah, Ryan, X, your fave, Lola, Master Destroyer, I believe it was. Forgive me if I got that wrong. I'm trying to find it. Oh my God, I'm so Master Destroyer. I was correct. You guys make these lives much more fun. So thank you guys so much for joining me. And that's why I say hit the notification bell because I love when people are in here. Have a good night, blah. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you a lot. And yeah, we're on our way to 1,360. I'm so excited. Listen, Philly DeFranco might be the biggest news commentator, newsmentary doing news commentary. Um, but I got a feeling we're going to surpass him. It's all thanks to you guys. So thank you.